pronouns. Pronouns take the place of or refer to a specific noun in a sentence. To use pronouns correctly, make sure they agree in gender, number, and person with the noun they are replacing, or referring to, the antecedent, or referent noun. Gender. The English language has three genders: masculine, feminine, and neuter. A pronoun's gender tells if it is replacing or referring to a masculine, feminine, or neuter noun. To refer to a male, we use he, his, and him. To a female, she, her, and hers. And to animals or things, it and its. Examples: Joseph took Mary's car to the mechanic. He took hers to the mechanic. He refers to Joseph. Hers refers to Mary. He took it to the mechanic. He refers to Joseph. It refers to the car. In today's society, we are moving away from gender-specific titles and using more inclusive words, such as police officer, firefighter, mail courier, and flight attendant, rather than policeman, fireman, mailman, and stewardess. It is never correct, however, to refer to people as it, so the pronouns he and she must still be used when referring to a particular person. number. A pronoun that takes the place of or refers to a singular noun, one person, place, or thing, must be singular as well. The same applies to plural pronouns and nouns. Example: if an employee wants to go on a vacation, he must apply for leave 15 days in advance. Employee and he are singular. If employees want to go on a vacation, they must apply for leave 15 days in advance. Employees and they are plural. Words like anybody, anyone, everybody, everyone, each, neither, nobody, and the like are singular and must take a singular pronoun. Person. English grammar has three persons: first, second, and third. First-person pronouns like I, me, we, and us include the speaker. Second-person pronouns involve only you, your, and yours. Third-person pronouns, he, she, it, they, them, and so on, include everybody else. Examples: I went with my family to Kashmir. Here, I is the speaker, and hence, first person. You wouldn't have believed your eyes, the scenery was amazing. Here, you is second person. Ram said he would take photos with his new camera. He refers to Ram, and it is third person. There are 9 kinds of pronouns. Personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronouns, emphatic pronouns, interrogative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, distributive pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, relative pronouns. Each of these types have been explained in detail in the next few slides. Personal pronouns. A pronoun that stands for a person or thing is called a personal pronoun. Note that the personal pronouns don't refer only to people. They include animals, things, and places too. For example, Kalidas was a great writer. He wrote many plays in Sanskrit. Here, he refers to Kalidas, a person. Do you remember our dog? She had puppies last week. Here, she refers to dog, an animal. What is the shape of this table? It is oval. Here, it refers to table, a thing. I visited Bengaluru and Chennai last month. They are very big cities. Here, they refers to Bengaluru and Chennai, places. Personal pronouns. The table shows personal pronouns in the singular and plural form, used as subject and object, and also usage in first, second, and third person. Personal pronouns. According to person, there are 3 types of personal pronouns. First person pronouns. These pronouns refer to the speaker, I, we. Second person pronouns. These pronouns refer to the person spoken to, you. Third person pronouns. These pronouns refer to the person spoken of, he, she, it, they. According to number, there are 2 types of personal pronouns. Singular pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, me, him, her. Plural pronouns. We, you, they, us, them. According to function, there are 2 types of personal pronouns. Subjective case pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, it, they, used as subjects. Objective case pronouns. Me, us, you, him, her, it, them, used as objects. Subjective case personal pronouns. Personal pronouns can refer to the speaker, or speakers, first person, or to those being spoken to, second person, or to those who are spoken about, third person. The table shows the subjective case personal pronouns, which are pronouns used as the subject of a sentence. Examples: I am playing, we are playing, I is singular, we is plural, you are playing, you are playing, you is singular, you is plural, he, she, or it is playing, they are playing, he, she, or it is singular, they is plural. Objective case personal pronouns. Objective case pronouns are used as objects, receivers of action, in a sentence. The table shows the objective case personal pronouns. The following sentences show how objective case pronouns are used. Please give me the envelope to put in the mailbox. Here, me, is the objective case personal pronoun. Should I send him to boarding school this year or not? Here, him is the objective case personal pronoun. I gave you flowers for graduation, remember? Here, you is the objective case personal pronoun. In the above examples, me, him, and you are the objects. Objective case personal pronouns. After prepositions, use objective case pronouns. For example, between him and me, to her, from them, etc. After the verb let, use objective case pronoun. For example, let us go to the amusement park tomorrow. Possessive pronouns. A pronoun that replaces a noun, or a noun phrase, in a sentence, and shows possession, is called a possessive pronoun. The possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. For example, the books in the cupboard are hers. Hers is the possessive pronoun. The books on the table are mine. Mine is the possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns generally come at the end of a sentence. No noun is put after them. A possessive pronoun does not come before a noun, or in a noun phrase. It stands alone. It can also be used to replace a noun. The following sentences show how possessive case pronouns are used. That is your pen. Mine is here. Mine is used as a subject. He spent his money on books. I spent mine on clothes. Mine is used as a direct object. This house is ours. Ours is used as a subject complement. The movie is a favorite of theirs. Theirs is used as a prepositional object. Possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives. This is not my book. Mine is new. In the first sentence, my is a possessive adjective, as it adds meaning to the noun book. In the second sentence, mine stands for me book. So it is a possessive pronoun. A possessive adjective is placed before a noun. A possessive pronoun is used in place of a noun. Be aware that my, your, his, her, its, our, and their are called possessive adjectives in traditional grammar, but possessive determiners in contemporary grammar. They can also be classified as possessive pronouns because they too replace nouns and show ownership. For example, is that Sarah's hat? No, it's her wig. Her replaces Sarah. That's why it's classified as a pronoun. In contemporary grammar, both types are classified as pronouns and are usually referred to as possessives. To differentiate between the two types, the mine type are being called absolute possessive pronouns, and the my type are called possessive determiners. Possessive pronouns. Study the given table to understand how possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives are used in singular and plural forms, as well as in the first, second and third persons. You will notice that some forms of the possessive adjective and possessive pronoun are the same, like his, its. So, you have to look at how they are used in the sentence. If they are followed by a noun, then they are possessive adjectives. If they replace a noun, then they are possessive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns, sometimes called selfish pronouns, are used to show a subject performing some kind of action upon itself. Reflexive pronouns can act only as objects in a sentence, never as subjects. The table shows the reflexive pronouns. The following sentences show how reflexive pronouns are used. I slapped myself for spoiling my work. He hurt himself due to his carelessness. Emphatic pronouns. A pronoun, used to lay emphasis on a pronoun or a noun, is called an emphatic pronoun. The emphatic pronouns are used to put emphasis on the subject or the object. For example, the gardener himself killed the snake. Emphasis is on the subject, gardener. I met the Prime Minister himself. Emphasis is on the object, Prime Minister. Reflexive pronouns and emphatic pronouns are identical in form, but differ in function. A reflexive pronoun answers the question, who? For example, he blamed himself for his failure. Blamed whom? Himself. So, himself is used as a reflexive pronoun. An emphatic pronoun lends emphasis. An emphatic pronoun can be removed from a sentence without affecting the sentence's core meaning. For example, he himself locked the door. Nobody but he locked the door. Here, himself is used as an emphatic pronoun. Also, if himself is removed from the sentence's core meaning does not change. Note: the emphatic pronoun is placed just after the personal pronoun or noun it emphasizes. Interrogative pronouns. Words which substitute for nouns and asks questions are called interrogative pronouns. For example, 1. Who is at the door? 2. Which is your house? 3. What is your name? 4. Whom do you want? 5. Whose is this guitar? In the above examples, who, which, what, whom, and whose are the interrogative pronouns. From the above examples, the following things are clear about interrogative pronouns. Who, whom, and whose are used for asking questions about persons. What is used for things. Which is used for asking questions about a particular person or thing out of a definite group. The same form is used for singular and plural. Continued in the next slide. Interrogative pronouns. 5. Observe the following examples to understand the usage of interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns can be used as the subject or object of a verb or as the object of a preposition. Example: who broke the mirror? Here, who is the subject of the verb broke. Whom do you want to see? Here, whom is the object of the verb see. Because the normal order of a sentence would be, you want to see whom? Whom did you go with? Here, whom is the object of the preposition with, because the normal order of a sentence would be, you went with whom? Note: 1. Who is used as a subject. Whom is used as the object of a verb or preposition. 2. When in doubt, try this simple trick. If you can replace the word with he or she, use who. If you can replace it with him or her, use whom. Keep in mind that you may have to temporarily rearrange the sentence a bit while you test it. Interrogative pronouns and interrogative adjectives. Interrogative pronouns what, which, whose can be used as interrogative adjectives when they qualify the nouns placed next to them. Example: 1. What is the latest news? Here, what is an interrogative pronoun. What news do you bring? Here, what is an interrogative adjective because it qualifies the noun news. 2. Which is your book? Here, which is an interrogative pronoun. Which book are you reading now? Here, which is an interrogative adjective because it qualifies the noun book. 3. Whose is this guitar? Here, whose is an interrogative pronoun. Whose guitar is this? Here, whose is an interrogative adjective because it qualifies the noun guitar. Many words which work as pronouns can be used as adjectives when they are placed before nouns. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns this, that, these, those point out the person, persons, or thing, things to which they refer. Example: this is an expensive bag. Here, this is the demonstrative pronoun as it points to the bag. That is Rajan's office. Here, that is the demonstrative pronoun as it points to the office. These are my favorite shirts. Here, these is the demonstrative pronoun as it points to the shirts. Those are his shoes. Here, those is the demonstrative pronoun as it points to the shoes. Note: this and that are used in the singular number. These and those are used in the plural number. This, these refer to person, persons, or thing, things that are near in time and place to the speaker. That, those refer to what is farther away. Demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjectives. The words this, that, etc. are demonstrative pronouns when they stand alone. But when they are followed by nouns, they become demonstrative adjectives. Example: 1. This is my hat. Here, this is a demonstrative pronoun. This hat is mine. Here, this is a demonstrative adjective, as it is followed by the noun hat. 2. These are very expensive jeans. Here, these is a demonstrative pronoun. These jeans are very expensive. Here, these is a demonstrative adjective, as it is followed by the noun jeans. Indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refer to persons or things, in a general way. They do not refer to any specific or particular person or thing. Example. 1. One must not boast of one's own success. 2. Both the books are good, but this is better than that. 3. Few could escape unhurt from the big fire. 4. Some are born great. 5. Anybody will tell you the way to the hospital. 6. None of the movies is interesting. In the above examples, 1, both, few, some, and none are the indefinite pronouns. The table gives a list of indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. Note. Use the indefinite pronouns ending in one or body to talk about people. Example. Someone is at the gate. Someone refers to some person. Use the indefinite pronouns ending in thing to talk about things. Example. There is nothing in the bag. It is empty. Nothing means no single thing. Else can be used after indefinite pronouns. Example. Ask someone else to help you. An adjective can be used after indefinite pronouns. Example. There is nothing wrong in asking for help. An apostrophe s can be added to indefinite pronouns referring to people. Example. It is impossible to remember everybody's name in a party. 6. All indefinite pronouns are written as one word, except for no one. Indefinite pronouns. Some indefinite pronouns are always singular, some are always plural, and others can be both, depending on what or whom they're referring to. See the table for the classifications. Here are some examples of how indefinite pronouns are used in sentences. One must not boast of one's own success. Here, one is the indefinite pronoun. It is singular, and hence, the verb boast also is in the singular form. Both the books are good, but this is better than that. Here, both is the indefinite pronoun. It is plural, and hence, the verb are is used. Some of the money is needed by Ram. Money is an uncountable noun, and hence singular. So, is used. Some of the children are creating a nuisance. Children is countable plural noun, so, are is used. Indefinite pronouns. Some rules. 1. If used in a sentence, always repeats itself. Example. One must respect one's country. When we are not talking specifically about females, only masculine gender is used. Example. Everyone was getting ready for his show. Either is replaced by anyone when talking about more than two persons or things. Same is the case with none, for neither. Example. I couldn't meet any one of the three. None of his body parts is defective. Each other should be used in speaking of two persons or things. One another, in speaking of more than two. Example. We should all love one another. Distributive pronouns. Each, either, neither, are called distributive pronouns, as they refer to a single person or thing in a group, one at a time. They equally distribute attention to each unit in a group. They are always singular, and are therefore followed by a verb in the singular. Each of, neither of, and either of are followed by plural nouns. Each denotes every one of a number of persons or things in a group, taken singly. Either denotes one or the other, in a group of two. Neither denotes not one, nor the other, in a group of two. Example. Each of the girls has received a gift. Here, each is the distributive pronoun. Since it is singular, the verb has is used. Either of the two roads leads to Mysore. Here, either is the distributive pronoun. Since it is singular, the verb leads is used. Neither of the two answers is correct. Here, neither is the distributive pronoun. Since it is singular, the verb is is used. Note: either or neither is used for a group of two. When the group is more than two, any, no one, or none should be used instead of either or neither. Distributive pronouns and distributive adjectives. Each, either, and neither are distributive pronouns when they stand alone. They are followed by of the, and are followed by a plural noun and a singular verb. Each, either, and neither, followed by a noun, singular number, are distributive adjectives. Distributive adjectives are always followed by a singular noun and a singular verb. Example 1. Each of the girls has received a gift. Each is a distributive pronoun. Each girl has received a gift. Here, each is a distributive adjective, since it is followed by the noun girl. 2. Either of the two roads leads to Mysore. Either is a distributive pronoun. Either road leads to Mysore. Here, either is a distributive adjective, since it is followed by the noun road. 3. Neither of the two answers is correct. Neither is a distributive pronoun. Neither answer is correct. Here, neither is a distributive adjective, since it is followed by the noun answer. Reciprocal pronouns. Each other and one another are called reciprocal pronouns because they denote reciprocal or mutual action. Each other is generally used when two persons or things are referred to. One another is preferred when more than two persons or things are referred to. Example: the two sisters love each other. The three sisters loved one another. Relative pronouns. The pronouns who, whose, whom, that, and which join two sentences and refer back to nouns going before them. They are called relative pronouns. Relative pronouns introduce a relative clause. The noun or pronoun to which a relative pronoun refers is called its antecedent. Relative pronouns are placed directly after the noun or pronoun they modify. Example 1. I do not know the man. The man was shouting loudly. I do not know the man who was shouting loudly. Who joins the two sentences and also refers back to the noun man that goes before it. 2. I know the hostel. She lives in the hostel. I know the hostel that she lives in. That joins the two sentences and also refers back to its antecedent, hostel. Relative pronouns. Some rules. 1. Who is used for persons only. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. For example, this is the lady who teaches English to us. Lady is singular. These are the men who helped us pack our things. Men is plural. 2. Whose is used in speaking of persons, animals, or things. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. Whose is the possessive form of who. For example, here is the man whose daughter met with an accident. Man is singular. We met the travelers whose belongings were stolen. Travelers is plural. The dog whose puppies were lost howled incessantly. Note: there is no such thing as a possessive relative pronoun. Whose is said to be a relative pronoun only because it refers back to the noun before it. Whose is actually a possessive relative adjective qualifying a noun. In other words, the word whose is never found on its own at the start of a relative clause. It is always followed by a noun. Relative pronouns. Rules. 3. Whom is used in speaking of persons. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. For example, this is the magician whom we saw performing yesterday. Magician is singular. These are the students whom the principal punished. Students is plural. 4. Which is used for animals and things without life. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. For example, the dog which chased the thieves was killed. Dog is singular. I have lost the books which you gave me yesterday. Books is plural. 5. That is used for persons, animals, or things. It may refer to a singular or plural noun. For example, the thief killed the dog that chased him. Dog is singular. These are the shirts that you bought for me. Shirts is plural. Relative pronouns. 6. The relative pronouns who, whom, and which can be used in restrictive or defining sense, where the clause introduced by the relative pronoun restricts or defines the antecedent more clearly. Example: this is the man who cheated me. Continuation or non-defining sense, where the clause introduced by the relative pronoun does not define the antecedent, but provides some additional information about the antecedent. Example: my friend, who lives in Canada, has written a book. That is used only in defining clauses. Example: this is the best book that I have read. Remember, a defining clause, also known as a restrictive clause, gives essential information about the noun in question. It is so important that it cannot be cut out of the sentence and still convey the intended meaning. On the other hand, a non-defining clause adds information that's nice to have, but isn't essential to the sentence's overall meaning. It could be deleted, and the sentence would convey basically the same information. Relative pronouns. 8. That is preferred to who or which in the following cases. 1. After adjectives in the superlative degree. Example: it is the best movie that I have ever seen. 2. After the words all, same, any, only, nothing, the only, etc. Example: it is the same dress that I saw in the market yesterday. 3. After the interrogative pronouns who and what. Example: what is it that you want? 4. After two antecedents, one denoting a person and the other denoting an animal or a thing. Example: the man and his dog that had entered the school were turned out. 9. The relative pronoun should be placed as near as possible to its antecedent. Example: I have read Plato's writings, who was a disciple of Socrates. This is wrong usage. I have read the writings of Plato, who was a disciple of Socrates. This is correct construction. Relative pronouns. 10. The relative pronoun must be of the same number, gender, and person as its antecedent. This implies that the verb used should be according to the number and person of the relative pronoun. Example: I, who am your friend, will always help you. Here, I is the antecedent of who. So, the verbs am and help are used. He that works hard will succeed. Here, he is the antecedent of that. So, the verb works is used. You who are strong should be kind. Here, you is the antecedent of who. So, the verb are is used. I am the woman who seeks your guidance. Here, woman is the antecedent of who. So, the verb seeks is used. He is one of the greatest leaders that have ever been born in this country. Here, leaders is the antecedent of that. So, the verb have is used.